came to Liverpool in 1974. That's when I came to Liverpool from Pakistan. I was born in Pakistan and came to London first in 1968 to do chartered accountancy. And I was qualified when I arrived here in Liverpool with the same firm, which was one of the largest firms here in Liverpool. I worked for them from 1974, and I was still there in late 70s and early 80s when the famous Toxteth, they call it Toxteth riots, which took place. And that was something very unusual for the government and for the police to handle. They have no idea what's happened. And Lord Hasseltine came up, and he then came to our company to ask us to find out what happened and what's the solution. So we worked on it for about 8 months, and we came up with a solution to save the Albert Docks, because at that time Albert Docks was going to be demolished. The city council had the idea to demolish it, get rid of it. We don't need it because the shipping is finished in Liverpool, and what's the point of keeping these empty docks? But we said, no, we have to maintain it. And then there was this tip, the refuse tip of Liverpool, which was in Otter's Pool, which you can all go and have a look at it even today. And we said, no, this is fertile land. Let's make it a garden for the people of Liverpool. So we persuaded many countries of the world, and they came to Liverpool to construct gardens. And the whole idea was that the plot of lands were given to them on lease for 6 months to these countries. And they brought their own manpower, own ideas, Japanese garden and Americans, Chinese, Singapore. I still remember the Singapore guys, they were planting orchids at that time, very, very famous. But they did, and they had the aeroplanes flying from Speak Airport, light aircrafts, showering on the day when the Garden Festival was inaugurated. I still remember that time. It was 1984 when the Garden Festival took place. And Her Majesty the Queen, the late Queen, she was present, and the orchids were coming from the top. I mean, this is what was beauty of it. We estimated 4 million people will come to the Garden Festival. People joked here, the councillors and everybody say, 400,000 come, you'll be lucky. What you're talking about, 4 million people? But we crossed that limit, 4 million. And it was a great, great success. So what you see in Liverpool, I feel very proud going around. Then in when I was doing the study, I looked at the communities, particularly the Toxteth communities, which was Pakistanis, West Indians, all sorts of communities lived here, and they were in a real bad shape. And that's when I got interested in Pakistani Center and the different Muslims in that, the mosque next door, and all that sort of thing I got interested in. And I had many, many, projects which I was involved in. The biggest thing which I'm proud was, I was given a contract because I had the thing as a consultant to look at what the communities can do in this area, Toxteth. And one of the things which I mentioned was, in my detail, was set up managed workspaces in this area for the local people to do their businesses in small units. So if somebody wants to do photography or whatever you want to do, rather than paying commercial rents outside. And that was the idea behind it, and for the local people. And I was selected as one of the main consultants for that purpose. But unfortunately, there was a consultant from London. He was selected to look at what is known as Granby Triangle. I don't know whether people are aware of Granby Triangle. That goes from Lodge Lane right to Upper Parliament Street, and then where the bank is, back to things. So that one, that's the grammar, how to develop that. So the London guy came in, and here's the fruit after perhaps 30, 40 years. There's nothing there. only some houses and things like that, but I had lots of ideas how to develop that area for the local people. My other involvement with the Pakistani community was, I just was mentioning in our conversation, is to do a cultural and fashion thing. And I got um, not paid models, I mean the community models from our community, like my, you know, fellow trustee, vice president also, Mr. Shah Nawaz, you may have heard his name, Alim's father. And he was dressed up as a Pathan. You know, Pathan meaning is the one between the borders of Afghanistan and coming down. So the whole idea was Punjab, further down, Mr. Chaudhry, and then Multan. So the country Pakistan is quite straightforward. And then we have got Sindh, on which Munir was dressed up in the Sindhi dress. Munir was the president now. And then there was a lady from Balochistan. She was dressed up in Balochistan. So Pakistan is quite rich in all these clothing and all these things. Beautiful clothes, beautiful things. And many things I still remember that the women from Balochistan, particularly, they would wear a very wide sort of skirt around it. And when they walked, they had flowers in front of them. What's the word? I would say dried flowers. I could say that. What is it? Beautiful smell of dried flowers. And it's carrying forward so that when you walk, you know, the smell is ahead of yourself. And this one, very, very colorful dresses. They call Balochi dresses, with sometimes glasses. And it's very, very rich. Sindh has got his own. Punjab has gone, all gone. So the girls were dressed up. Munazza's, her sisters and all that. My wife, she went. So fashion show, that was the highlight. Then the Home Office, that was another highlight of my, link with them. They rang me once and they said, we want you to do an all-day presentation at Home Office, all day. And I said, what do I have to do? He says, it's you to decide. We don't give you anything. Just introduce your country. That's Home Office. And we have got 1,700 staff here in Liverpool. I said, 1,700. But at any time, there'll be 300 or 400 will be in the auditorium, but your speech will be rallied all to people's on their tables, desks. So they can keep on changing. They can come, all right, 2 hours later, they will join and all the others. And we did it. So it's 9:30 to 5:30. We did it. I did it. Our crew did it. We produced the food of the Pakistan. We had the culture of Pakistan. And I still remember the research myself and my wife did, although I'm from Pakistan. But the research we did enriched me by looking at, I never knew many things. So when I gave the talk, I was able to link from there, from history, from this and that. And then the guys came from London, the Home Office, to thank, later on. But a beautiful presentation was done. And we are all, now about, the culture, where you come from, why the Muslims went over there to make it to Pakistan, what it is, land of 5 rivers, all sorts of things. So there's a lot of, that could be preserved somewhere, I'm sure. I came here to do chartered accountancy with the intention of going back. I never came to here to do the work or to migrate or immigrate. But the company I worked with just came here. I still remember, and I must say on camera, that when I came by train from London after about 5 years in London, and when the train turns from Runcorn Bridge towards this side, I was shocked. Because in 1974, I said, where am I going? 1974, you can't believe what was in Liverpool, 74. And okay. I said to them, I'm not going to stay here. They say, well, come back after 3 months. And here we are, 1974, and I'm in 2024, still here. But maybe my destiny was here. But I did a lot, not only for Pakistani community, but for the city of Liverpool, which makes me very happy. Particularly what I mentioned about Albert Docks and all that. When I go down now, and I look at that, I say, oh my God, if we were not there, this would have been knocked down by putting houses here. And that will be very, very sad. You won't have these ships coming. You won't have all sorts of things now. The culture, the richness of the place. So that's what makes me happy. And then when I go around, and so this is the happiness. The sad part is when the garden festival took place, 6 months later, it was only for 6 months, and then we said these gardens will be gifted to the people of Liverpool. So please look after that, all the countries they left. And what did we do? I don't want to go that way. And it was closed. And some houses were put up, which is very, very sad to me when I go, because I knew all these things. So that was the thing. Can you imagine if those gardens were still there? How beautiful Liverpool. We could bring anybody from anywhere, tourists can come in. Let's look at this garden which took place, International Garden Festival, and this is what they did, all these countries, and a lot of money was put into this. And the whole object was gift to the people of Liverpool, and they all went away, all the countries. But we did not take advantage of that. However, I see many developments going on, and I'm happy, I'm pleased that Liverpool is now coming up. And our community over the years have flourished in Liverpool. You may have come across few people, but I'm proud to say that the second generations like yourself now, or third generation, but certainly the second generation, third generation is coming fast behind us, has done a lot. We have got all sorts of people in every community. We have got accountants, solicitors, business people, all types of jobs which we are doing. Some are well off now in Liverpool. They made a lot of money in Liverpool. So it's well-established community. If I talk about just Pakistani community, and I'm very proud of that fact. And then there are other interests which I still remember. I think it's worth mentioning this, which I just remembered now, and that is the question of the one which is, say, I did a Pakistani community awareness evening. Pakistani community awareness evening in Pakistani Center. That was my highlight. I still remember. Alim, all the people says, we couldn't do it. How did you do it? I said, I showed you how to do it. So you do it. I mean, I showed you once. I haven't got the time. You do it. And that was the beauty of that, because I knew there were so many contacts. So I brought in from people from university, hospitals, all sorts of business people, which are not Pakistanis. I'm talking about local communities and all that. So come in and have a dinner with us, and meet us. Meet our women, bring your wives. So that was the beautiful. I mean, we had an evening. Everybody remembers it even today. The ambassador of Pakistan rang me from London, and he said, "What's your connection with the Foreign Office in Islamabad? Islamabad's capital of Pakistan." I said, "I've got no connection." Why? He said, "Today's diplomatic post came through. Contact Mr. Arshad in Liverpool and give him all the support for the Garden Festival." Oh my God. So how it arrived there, I have no idea. So I said, okay. So he instructed the guy, government, we call it Consul General in Manchester, Representative. So he contacted me. He came over. And so the meetings which we were taking place with all the heads of the governments, and I used to also sit there, but not as a Pakistani community guy. I was sitting there as a consultant side of it. We were designing all this in the the Liver building. There's a very big boardroom there. And that was the thing which was incredible, But I was for about 6 months. I was the Pakistani representative here in Liverpool on behalf of Pakistan. Honorary consulate, honorary consulate. And the guy comes in, and on the day also, he used to say, no, no, you say it. He's hiding behind. I said, why me? He said, yeah, you're Pakistani. I'm very proud of that. When the flag raising took place, I think Granada or whatever, and Lord Aberconway, the chair of Royal Horticulture, he was there. They said, it's all your baby, so you come over and raise the flag. He raised the flag. I said, all right, I'll come. And I think I was proud. My wife told me on the Granada news, you were there. I said, what are you doing? I never knew. Granada was taking the photos. Oh my God. So this is the highlights of what I have done. So I feel happy and proud of what I have achieved. Not achieved, maybe I was sent. We believe in, I think it's worth going. I went to Pakistan once. My father was quite, high age, elderly. And all my cousins and their children, nephews, nieces, they say, where are you in England? That's how they ask, because they've not been here. I said, Liverpool. I said, Liverpool? We've never heard Liverpool. Where is Liverpool? I said, it's Manchester. Oh, yeah, we heard Manchester. We know Manchester. I said, well, it's near, it must be a very rich place. I said, why rich place? You're a chartered accountant, so you have to have rich clients. I said, no, if you come to Liverpool, you won't find. We don't understand. Why are you in Liverpool? Why are you in Manchester, Birmingham, London? Why in Liverpool? I said, I don't know. So in the middle of the night, when I retired, in the night, I asked my father. I said, Dad, they're asking all these questions. I have no answer. Could you answer that to tell me? You are more qualified than. What shall I tell them? He said, look here, son. You have not gone to Liverpool with your free choice. You have been sent there by God. We call it Allah. God. I said, God, why? He said, well, you've been sent there for a purpose. I said, okay, I'll tell them tomorrow. So I told them, I said, I'm not there by my choice. And here's my story. My story is I was very comfortable in London. My job, my flat, everything. I lived in the most poshest area of London. And that was, where was it? Kensington. Not this Kensington. Kensington. It's near all these places where Knightsbridge and all the others. Very nice area. And suddenly the firm I was working in said, go to Liverpool. I told you about Liverpool. I said, Liverpool? Where is Liverpool? Get on the train. I came here, oh my God. But here's my purpose, which I'm proud that I've spent all these years, no regrets. So when I get in the car, I drive, oh yes, yes. That's what it is. Whatever I could do, I did. And it's good to know these things, like if it's on camera or recorded for generations who don't know all this, which I'm mentioning, 74 when I came here, and I'm very proud that today is, it's what, 40 years now? That in 40 years, is looking back, somebody says, why I'm here? What have I done? What have I achieved? So it's good that many youngsters, I say now very openly and easily, that we have brought the ship here. Now please take it forward now. So we have given you a platform. But those days were very hard, when we had very little here. And then it was a Tory government, and I'm sure a lot of people would know that Mrs. Thatcher, she was the Prime Minister, and she refused to help. Our report was given, Michael Heseltine took it to the cabinet, and she said, no, I'm not helping Liverpool. Okay, report is all right. But he fought for us. He's still alive, Lord Heseltine, but he fought for us. And he said, no, we have to do something. And then I think earlier, I don't know whether on the camera I mentioned that City of Culture when it happened, that was also a great success for us. Just before City of Culture happened, the European money came to Liverpool, which then saw us this Liverpool One. You know, when you go shopping and all that, Liverpool One, that's all built by European funding and with partnership with the local people, business people, 2 or 3 partners, and all that. But still, that helps the people of Liverpool jobs wise, and all the Eurovision contacts we just had, and then I think another singer, what's her name? I can't recall, coming over. So in all these things are bringing a lot of money, just restaurants and hotels and all sorts of things booming. In 74, it wasn't like that. Or not even 74, I'm talking about 10 years later, it wasn't like that. Adelphi, all the hotels were suffering. But it's good to see these improvements and more help and the jobs. Whether we could foresee, as consultants, we can see a lot ahead. We can see 10 years ahead, maybe longer. Not myself only, it's a team, we all, you say this, I say this and all that, and then we make a consideration and stand by with our judgment. That's why when they even suggested that the garden we are trying to make this on Auto School and all, said there is a garden already, a flower show in Southport. That was the thing which you said. Yes, we said we know all about that, Southport. So why people would come here when there is a Southport? I said, well, that's Southport, we want to create it. And that was brilliant. Yes, my own identity, I'm very, very fortunate to be at the top. I have mixed with the people which it's very difficult to even reach their level. I have dealt with them, and then something happened, and I said to the company, I'm leaving you. In Liverpool, they got shocked. They said, why we're not paying you now? We give you a brand new car every 2 years, blah, blah, blah. I said, I'm leaving. Why? I said, I don't know. You remember what I said about the call of God or whatever? And I left them. I cut my ties with the company and I went on my own. And when I came on my own, I'm now mixing with people. I was shocked because as an accountant, I was shocked how they were treated and, at the level, the shopkeepers, because I'm an accountant. Wow. And they were just coming and running after, please. I was trained at the highest level and now I'm dealing with people who can't even afford to pay my fees. Can you believe that? There was 1 or 2 persons, he would come to my office and I used to do their work, VAT accounts, all that, and he would try to give me money and I said, no, sorry, because I know his conditions. So from there, I've been brought around to that level. So I was saying, wow, Joe, God, you want me to come to this, to train at the highest level and now come and help these people? And I was looking at them. So now I don't look black, I don't look white, I don't look anything. I look at person now. Which I think identity, I'm very, very pleased that people treat me the way it is. I'm proud everybody called me. Even the firm I used to work for that, I was the only one foreigner working for them. Can you believe that? One foreigner, never mind a Muslim. And they all know me as Mohammed. And they all used to come to me. And the famous joke, I still remember that the partners and senior people come and say, if Mohammed does not come to the mountain is coming to Mohammed. I said, please come to my how can I help? And that was at that level. Only foreigner. 1974 when I came to Liverpool. That firm, no, they won't take it. They won't take anybody unless you are qualified here. Qualified, first of all, a UK graduate, and if you allow me to say local born, let's put it that way. Not local born, I mean English. And that was sad part. But I saw that. I dealt with them at that level. Our clients were, of course, household names, highest level you can think of. Personally, I was looking after, some very big families here. And then I'm bringing into a small corner shop client, which I'm happy. So when you say, how do I see my identity? I feel happy at whatever level I am in now. So I don't say, oh, I don't like this person, or he's from Africa, or he's from that country, or Indian, or Pakistani, or no. They're all equal to me, in my eyes, at least. Yes, good question. I came here, and yes, in the initial years, I had allegiance to my country. But after the passage of certain time, I can't tell you when, I said, no, this is my country now. Although I've got, Pakistani origin, my parents, my whole family is in Pakistan, by the way. My brothers, the cousins, they choose to stay there. And they had no intention of coming out, and no one came out. They come, study, and go back. Come and study, go back. But no, they're there. But I now feel that I'm a stranger, the answer to you. When I go for a holiday, I'm a stranger there now. I walk around the place, I say, where am I? Which country I am in now? I feel stranger there. Here I'm feeling at home now. So I consider myself, I'm here. How can I put it? If I don't look at you, that you are different, you know, English or black or whatever, I can think that you will look at me in that way. So you don't say, I'm not prejudicing against you. I'm quite comfortable. Like this garden group here, which we have got, and I think about 90% of the people are local people who lived here for years and years. And I'm quite comfortable. They're quite comfortable. So, and I see this is my country. That's how I look at it. I don't look like I'm out of place. Yes. I'm always, have the interest of the Pakistani community. But after 2007, which I left, and the reason I left was for ill health, by the way, because I had a heart problem in 2007. But I'm still alive. I'm still going, and so I pass the baton over to them now. Say, please carry on, whichever way, and hopefully they carry on, and the new people comes and goes. But I'm happy in every possibility to show them if somebody asks me what to do, but not active. Like I just example, that community awareness dinner sort of thing I just mentioned about 2 minutes or 5 minutes ago. If somebody asks, yes, I'm happy to go. And what I heard is you were doing the garden thing. It's excellent job. It was needed, and it's a great thing to be happening there in Pakistani Center. I never knew about the pact you're doing now. That's even better. So yes, and I can, if somebody asks me to do anything, yes, I will be happy to do. Yes, why not? Initially, the Pakistani community is where, or I'm a Pakistani from there, but now I'm more here, British, and lived here for all those years. My children, they were born here, but they are no longer here. They have gone down south to Southampton and Kent. That's where they're working in hospitals. They are both consultants, doctors. So they are not here. And so in the end, I mean, you heard that. I don't look at the Pakistan. That's why the reason is Pakistan community in its isolation. I mean, I looked at everybody. That was my contribution and the way I am. That I looked at. He says Pakistanis help, okay, Indians doesn't matter to me. All communities help. So that's my vision, and I'm going to now at this age, I feel happy. Okay.